My name's Emily Parker, and if you've ever seen someone accidentally create chaos without meaning to, that's me. I live in a quiet suburb outside Denver with my golden retriever, Buddy, who's basically the neighborhood celebrity. Everyone loves him. He's fluffy, friendly, and somehow always manages to get into some kind of trouble, usually involving food or mud. That morning started out peaceful. The sun was just peeking through the curtains. I had my coffee in one hand and Buddy's favorite tennis ball in the other. It was a perfect Saturday. I'd been looking forward to it all week. No work, no meetings, just me and my goofy dog playing fetch in the living room while music played in the background. Buddy barked impatiently, tail wagging like a helicopter. All right, go get it, you maniac, I laughed, tossing the ball across the room. He dashed after it, slid across the hardwood floor, and smacked into the couch, sending one of my throw pillows flying. I was still laughing when I heard it, a deep voice calling, "Hello? Anyone home?" I froze. My heart jumped. I wasn't expecting anyone. Buddy barked again, his tail still wagging, oblivious to the fact that a stranger was apparently in my house. I set down my mug, grabbed my phone, and tiptoed toward the hallway. That's when I saw him. A huge guy, tall, broad-shouldered, wearing a flannel shirt and a construction belt, stood in the doorway, looking just as shocked as I was. "Whoa, sorry, didn't mean to scare you," he said, hands up. "I think I got the wrong house." Buddy, of course, sprinted toward him like this was his long-lost best friend. "Buddy, no, down," I yelled, but it was too late. Buddy leapt up and practically tackled the man. The stranger stumbled backward, barely catching his balance, laughing as Buddy licked his face like it was his life mission. I couldn't help laughing too, the sight was ridiculous. The guy wiped his face, still smiling. "I'm so sorry, I was supposed to fix a leaky pipe for a Ms. Parker. Guess there are 2 Parkers on this street." "That would be me," I said, chuckling. "But I didn't call anyone for plumbing." He blinked. "Wait, your name's Parker too?" "Yeah, Emily Parker." He burst out laughing. "No way, I'm looking for Erica Parker." "Same name, same street, I swear my GPS hates me." I laughed too. The tension melted away as Buddy dropped his ball at the man's feet like he was inviting him to join the game. "Well, since you're already here, might as well throw it," I said, teasing. He shrugged with a grin. "Why not? I'm good with dogs." He tossed the ball, and Buddy shot off after it like a rocket. Turns out, his name was Jack Thompson, a handyman who worked around the neighborhood. While Buddy played, Jack and I ended up chatting in my kitchen over coffee. He told me about all the mix-ups he's had, walking into the wrong house, knocking on doors that turned out to be Airbnbs, even accidentally getting roped into a kid's birthday party once. I couldn't stop laughing. Jack was the kind of guy who had that easy, contagious humor that just made you comfortable. We talked for almost an hour before he realized his real client must be wondering where he was. He stood up to leave, still chuckling. "Well, Ms. Emily Parker," he said, "this was probably the funniest work mix-up I've ever had." "Same here," I said, smiling. "Next time, maybe knock and double-check the number before you walk in." He grinned. Lesson learned. Buddy barked once, as if to say goodbye, and Jack bent down to give him one last pat before heading out. But that wasn't the end of it. A few days later, I got a knock on my door. I opened it, and there was Jack again, holding a small bouquet of daisies and a bag of dog treats. "Just thought I'd stop by to apologize properly for scaring you the other day," he said with a grin. "And to make peace with the real boss here." He nodded toward Buddy, who was wagging his tail like he remembered him. I laughed. "You didn't have to do that. Trust me," he said, handing Buddy the treats. "I learned never to walk into a Parker household uninvited again." After that, Jack became something of a regular. He'd stop by occasionally to fix little things around the house, a squeaky door, a flickering light. Every visit somehow turned into a comedy show with Buddy stealing the spotlight. One day, Jack was repairing a cabinet hinge when Buddy ran off with his screwdriver. We both chased him through the backyard, tripping over the sprinkler hose and getting drenched in water. We were soaked, laughing so hard we could barely breathe. It wasn't long before the neighbors started teasing me about my giant plumber friend. But I didn't mind. Jack was genuine, kind, and had a knack for finding humor in every situation. Months went by, and our friendship just grew naturally. Buddy adored him, which, let's be honest, was the ultimate stamp of approval. The funniest moment, though, came one afternoon when my mom visited. She'd heard about the huge guy who broke in, and of course, she had questions. As soon as Jack arrived to fix my back porch light, my mom opened the door, took one look at him, and said, "Oh, so you're the intruder." Jack's face went red. I thought he'd melt on the spot. But then my mom started laughing, and the three of us ended up spending the rest of the evening talking on the porch while Buddy slept between us. Looking back now, that random Saturday that started with a game of fetch and a wrong address became one of the funniest and most unexpected friendships of my life. Sometimes, life throws you a curveball, or in my case, a huge handyman with a mix-up and a very happy dog. And honestly, I wouldn't change a thing. Buddy still brings his tennis ball to the door every time he hears footsteps outside, just in case his giant friend decides to visit again. And every time I think about that day, I can't help but laugh. Because sometimes, the funniest memories start with a simple mistake, and a dog who just wants to play.